Just doing my civic duty, sir.
Up to date with Nate.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to Up to Date with Nate. This is Season 2, Episode 20... I wrote it down wrong. Episode 25. We have done 25 episodes. Wow. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and get up to date today. Alright, bonus points if you can comment what the quote was from. It's one of my favorites when doing my civic duty. And today I did just that. This month is March, and I have been on call for jury duty this month. And actually, that's why I have time to record today. I got called in for jury duty today, and it was my first time doing so. So I went in for jury duty this morning, and since I haven't done it before, I brought a backpack, I brought a book, I brought my Nintendo Switch, and I brought a lunch with me because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need to entertain myself. But apparently there was only one case that they were going to do that day. And as it turned out, for some reason they decided to delay the case. After only 1 hour of being there at the county courthouse, they let all the jurors out. So that was nice, and now I get a day off and I get to record a new episode for you. I know it's been a few weeks since I've recorded, and I think that's kind of going to be how the schedule's going to go from here on out. I know I've said a lot of things regarding the schedule of Up to Date with Nate since I've started my new job, but this is kind of where it's settling. So thanks for being attentive and hopefully watching this video when it comes out, and I do appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate talking to you. So anyway, here's some more update stuff. A few episodes ago, I showed off the Kingdom Hearts PlayStation 4 that we got, and Danielle and I, finished Kingdom Hearts, I believe last week or the week before. I'm not sure. Anyway, so Danielle and I finished Kingdom Hearts, and we enjoyed it. But I have caveats because the worlds that were in the game were really cool. But then when we got to the end of the game, I was like, oh wait, this is the end game already. It's over already. And that was really unexpected for me. I expected there to be twice as many Disney worlds that we hadn't heard about yet. But it seems that all of the worlds that are in the game were actually already revealed prior to the release of the game. So that was kind of disappointing for me. I wanted to have more Kingdom Hearts from this game that had been 13 years in the waiting, and it kind of fell flat to my expectations, which is probably just because, having that long to build up expectations, they were too high. But that being said, I think the storytelling in the game was not the greatest. It could have been a lot cleaner. But overall, I think I enjoyed it, and I'd play another Kingdom Hearts game. I just hope that in the future they would put a few more worlds in there for us to enjoy. So that's finished up. Now that we have a PS4, there's other games I want to play on it. But I need to go ahead and probably find a used copy of the next one I want to play. Also, last Tuesday, I'm recording on a Tuesday. Last Tuesday, we had our third tabletop gaming session with our group of friends. And what we did was we went to town because most of our characters were mostly dead instead of continuing in the dungeon. So we went back, and being my first time doing this genre of gaming, I didn't know that we'd have encounters on the way to town. So we ended up killing an eagle bear, or what was it? No, an owl bear. We found a host of dead bodies in its nest, and my character is fairly greedy and likes to fill his pockets, so he checked the dead bodies for gold, but then the owl bear was mad that we were raiding its loot, so it attacked us. Luckily, we all survived that encounter, and my character made the killing shot, so I got the kill of the week in our tabletop campaign. Then we went to town and got resupplied. Made it back to the dungeon without any instances, and I think the next time we play, which will be next Tuesday, is probably going to be our final session. So, really enjoying that still, and looking forward to our next time doing that. A little bit of a job update. I've been working pretty hard. We've been getting overtime every week. It seems like ever since the NNU piano sale a couple weeks ago, we've just had full schedules on delivering and moving pianos. So, been going in at about 8 a.m. every day, and then not getting off till 5 or 6 every night. So, a lot of overtime for me, and so that's kind of why I haven't had too much time for extra endeavors. Also, I like video games a lot, so that's probably a reason I haven't had time for extra endeavors either. In any case, we also went to Wicked last Thursday, which is playing at Boise. I think this is probably the last week it was doing that, and then they're going to move on their tour. But that was a lot of fun. Danielle actually ended up being sick the day of the performance, though, so she was a little bit miserable during it, but she made it through, and I think she enjoyed it. It was her best friend's time going to see Wicked. I think it was Danielle's 4th and my 3rd time going, so we've both been a few times. I think now that I've seen it 3 times, I'm good. I'd rather go see a different Broadway show next time. Yeah, but anyway, the cast was a little different than previous times that I've seen the show, but I think overall they did a pretty good job. The interesting thing was that in this one, Glinda was actually taller than Elphaba, which I thought was interesting, just based on their characterizations. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to see Wicked, you should definitely go do that. And with that, I think we're ready to move on in our episode. Let's go to the Any Music Update. Alright, so 2 Saturdays ago, I believe, I had the day off, so I was able to go and record the rest of the vocal scratch tracks for the album. So those are all ready to go. And the next step is to get drums and bass going on each of those tracks. And then we will be able to go ahead and do final voice, final guitar, and final instruments on that. So that was a really big step. Basically, anytime we can get into the studio is a really big step. But now, there's a clear path toward the end, now that all of the scratch tracks are taken care of. So, gonna start texting my guys and seeing if we can get in the studio again. At this point, I think the album's probably going to come out in the summer, because that'll be when we both have time to go ahead and finish up the album. Also, I'm currently in the process of writing a new song. I have a special music coming up at church, and the style of music that my church loves is not the style that I regularly listen to. So my solution for that is to actually just go ahead and write my own songs in the style that the church likes, and hopefully some people will enjoy that. So I'm writing a song in, I would call it Baptist gospel style. I hope it'll be decent, but I already texted a friend. I said, "Hey, will you sing this song for me in 3 weeks that I haven't written yet?" And he's like, "Sure, sounds fun." So gonna try to finish that up probably today after this episode's recorded, and get that ready for special music in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll give you guys a preview of that in a future episode. With that, the last thing on the Any Music Update is that I need to go ahead and get printed and send out the Choral Club for all of the directors that I've collected so far. With that, there is still room on the roster for choral directors to receive a free copy of the Choral Club. Just send their information my way, and I would love to contact them and get a copy of the Choral Club into their hands. But on my next day off, I'm hoping to go ahead and get those printed and in order and ready to send out to them. So that'll do it for our Any Music Update. With that, let's go to the question of the week. So last time I asked you guys what your favorite movie is. My sister Cassie and Kirsten and my mom all chimed in for this answer, And they all said that the BBC Pride and Prejudice, which is the 5-hour version, is their favorite movie ever. When I was growing up, once about every 4 months or so, they would have a Pride and Prejudice party, and they'd invite friends over and pop popcorn and all get hunkered down and watch this 5-hour version of Pride and Prejudice. You may say that's a long movie, but I also enjoy doing the extended edition marathon of The Lord of the Rings, which is like probably 2.5 times as long as that movie, so it's understandable. But for as many times growing up as I've actually seen parts of the Pride and Prejudice movie, I think I've seen all of it as a whole, but I don't think I've actually sat through the entire 5 hours personally. So that being said, maybe sometime in the future I will actually sit down and do the whole thing. Probably when my wife watches it with my sisters and mom or something. Kirsten also said she gave me a whole list of favorite movies. Lion King, which is my favorite childhood movie. Rogue One, Mr. Fox, which I think I mentioned is my all-time favorite movie. The Lego Movie, and Avatar. Avatar being James Cameron's Avatar. So thanks for that answer. My mom also said that prior to seeing the BBC Pride and Prejudice, her favorite movie was The Man from Snowy River. So second favorite, I guess. But that's also an excellent movie. If you haven't seen The Man from Snowy River, I believe it pops up sometimes on Netflix. I checked just last week and it isn't on there currently, but it's in their rotation. So if you get a chance to watch Man from Snowy River, definitely do so. I was just thinking about getting a Blu-ray copy for myself so that I could show it to Danielle, who hasn't seen it. And with that, let's go to this week's question of the week for you guys, which is, what is your all-time favorite TV show? I think I know some of the answers from my sisters, but I'd love to hear them as well. But the reason I think I know is because they probably match mine. And that is that my all-time favorite TV show is Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is definitely different from James Cameron's Avatar. Avatar was a cartoon that aired on Cartoon Network. I don't know when it first started airing, but my sisters and I first watched it in high school when it was on Netflix. And I watched the whole thing all the way through with them and fell in love with it. If you've never seen Avatar, the show has the best storytelling and through line of any TV show that you'll really watch. Despite being a cartoon, it just has the best writing and excellent storytelling. So definitely give that a look if you've never seen it. And I want to hear what your favorite TV show of all time is. Please leave a comment below and tell me about it. That's about all I have for today. So please leave a comment, answer the question of the week, ask me a question. I'd love to answer those. Oh, one more thing. I was just texting my sister before I recorded to ask if she had any special messages for you guys. And she is currently with Child Evangelism Fellowship at the Children's Ministry Institute. And she just wanted me to give them a shout out. And she said that CEF is a wonderful ministry and the children of the world need to be told the gospel, and which I wholeheartedly agree with. I did 5 years of Christian Youth in Action when I was a teenager, which is a summer event put on by Child Evangelism Fellowship to teach kids the gospel and teach kids how to tell the gospel more specifically. So if you've never looked into CEF, definitely do so. They've got some great tools and great ministry. So yeah. That'll do it for today's episode. Again, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know you're watching. And with that, I will say, stay steadfast. Um, yeah. And, I'm currently writing um, 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 um,